Salutations everyone, the character we're going to be taking a look at today is Barbara Gordon, mostly known as a Batgirl to most people, or more so as her second alias Oracle, but her as a character altogether and evolution she's gone through. Because to be quite honest, at the beginning as Batgirl, she was actually kind of lame, but she grew into a very intriguing and important part of the DC universe. So let's get started with the early life. A young Barbara Gordon was born to the daughter of Roger C. Gordon and his wife Thelma in the suburbs of Ohio. Even as a young girl, Barbara wanted nothing more than to be a superhero, even teaming up with her friend to make costumes and make heroic identities for themselves. At the age of 13, her mother and father are tragically killed in an automobile accident, due largely to her father's drinking problem. Don't drink and drive, kids. Barbara adjusted as well as she could, and after the accident, her uncle James Gordon, aka Commissioner Gordon, adopted her along with his wife, also named Barbara, and began to start living in Gotham City, where James worked as the police captain. Barbara immediately became infatuated with Gotham City's most legendary phantom of the night, the Batman. Barbara had become completely obsessed with the Batman and learned everything she could about him, one evening sneaking into her father's private office and discovering a secret conversation that he held with Batman. Barbara, having no idea that her adoptive father actually worked for the mysterious Dark Knight, her obsession with the vigilante only intensified, and the following morning insisted that James enroll her in a martial arts class. While reluctant at first, he recognized that the daughter of Gotham City's police captain could definitely benefit from knowledge of self-defense, and after a short span, she was able to obtain her black belt or in karate or brown belt in judo, depending on if you're post or pre-crisis. Anyway, dedicating her life towards physical development, Barbara equally committed herself to her academic achievements. With her eidetic memory, easily rose to the ranks of Gotham Heights High School, graduating early at the age of 16, and was accepted to Gotham State University, graduated eventually summa cum laude. After a bit of maturing, she realized more reasonable expectations of her future, wanting to become part of law enforcement, asking her father to become a detective and also go into the local FBI office as a potential field agent, both dismissing her, citing similar reasons of her small stature not being suited for police work. A few nights later, Barbara found an opportunity that would ultimately change her life forever. The Gotham City Police Department decided to host a $1 million masquerade ball at the Bristol Country Club, where dozens of Gotham City's most affluent leading citizens, including the likes of Bruce Wayne and J. Devlin Davenport, were expected to attend. Barbara sewed a stylish feminine version of Batman's costume upon designs that she first conceived of as a child, and for the most part crashing the party as Batgirl merely just to spite her father. However, when arriving, she realized that she was not the only one crashing the party, as a costume criminal named Killer Moth and his cronies rallied the country club, grabbing Bruce Wayne as a hostage. It was their intent to rob the charity proceeds as well as extort hundreds of thousands of dollars from Gotham's wealthiest patrons. Barbara found herself acting as Batgirl indeed as well as in name, and tackled Killer Moth in hopes of rescuing Bruce Wayne from his clutches. What she didn't realize though was that Bruce Wayne was actually Batman, and after allowing Batgirl to rescue him, he snuck off to change into his own cape and cowl. Returning to the scene with his sidekick Robin, Batman discovered that the Killer Moth had gotten the best of Batgirl and in the end had to end up rescuing her. Batman chided young Batgirl harshly for doing something so foolish and reckless, but of course after a period of time she was able to prove herself, and he revealed his identity as well as Dick Grayson revealing his to her and swore her in as Batgirl. Few years go on and she finds her role as Batgirl less and less fulfilling, much as the readers felt her as well. She eventually became more or less retired, and that's when the Joker showed up at her house, shooting her and paralyzing her when he kidnapped her uncle Jim. Batman rescued Jim Gordon, but the 19-year-old Barbara Gordon's career as a crime fighter was over, and she spent a month in deep depression. Recognizing she can no longer be the superhero she had once been, she insisted on devoting all of her time to developing the world's most complex and powerful computer system, and set to work accumulated information, renaming herself Oracle. This is when her character really hit her stride as Oracle. Blessed with eidetic memory, she read dozens of the world's top newspapers and magazines daily, gathering information from other less public sources such as the CIA mainframe, FBI networks, NSA, and Interpol networks as well, all without their knowledge or consent, of course. But she had proven as an absolutely invaluable resource to Batman and his allies, as well as countless other superheroes, few of whom knew anything about the person behind the name. But if Batman trusts somebody, anyone can trust them, so there was not very many questions asked. She eventually formed an alliance with other fellow heroes such as Black Canary and the Huntress to aid those in need, and together formed the Birds of Prey, combining their unique abilities and skills in the war against crime and terror. Her role as Oracle became an ever important and vital part of the DC Universe force against crime. Her computer hacking and operating skills rivaled by none, and having to be the primary wall of defense against many villains such as the Calculator, as well as Darkseid's anti-life equation. Many heroes as well as innocents would have fallen if it weren't for the technological powers that be of the Oracle, and has become an ever important presence in the DC Universe in her newfound role. So that is Barbara Gordon in a nutshell, a character that started out as a frivolous attachment to the Bat family that became a hero of her own, unrivaled in her field, as well as an integral part of the fight against crime. Well, that's it, guys. That's the end of my Injustice part of my comic book video series. I could do Bane, maybe Harley Quinn, but I've pretty much covered all of the characters worth mentioning available in this game. I have other DC heroes to cover, as well as going over Marvel heroes, so let me know what you would guys like to see next. I could also do a Let's Play of Injustice if you would like. It's a very good and fun storyline, so thank you all for joining. Take a look at the playlist for any other videos that you might have missed in this series. Let me know what you would like to see next week, and I will see you then.